Hello and welcome! I'm so glad you're joining me for this special explainer. It's a visual companion to our main Vibrations and Manifestations show. And today, we're going to do a really quick, deep dive into one of the biggest topics out there.
I'm so excited to finally tackle this one, because honestly, it's a source of so much confusion in our community. We are constantly hearing from you guys about the teachings of two spiritual giants, and how their messages, well, they seem to be in direct opposition, right?
And that really is the core question, isn't it? I mean, which path do you follow? Is it Eckhart Tolle's path of just accepting the present moment, finding that peace in the stillness of the now? Or is it the Abraham Hicks way, actively reaching for better and better feeling thoughts to raise your vibration? So let's break this whole thing down.
All right, so let's start with the path of presence. To really get Eckhart Tolle, you have to understand where he came from. See, his teachings, they weren't just born from some abstract theory. No, they were born from the ashes of some absolutely incredible personal suffering.
Now, what's so fascinating about his story is that his awakening wasn't something he was trying for, not at all. It was a complete, spontaneous collapse. I mean, one night, he's at the absolute rock bottom of his depression, and this single question pops into his head. Who is the I, and who is the self that I cannot live with? It's like that question it short-circuited his entire mind. And in that moment, he just fell right through the floor of his suffering and into this state of profound peace.
And this right here, this is the absolute cornerstone of his entire philosophy. Tolle makes this really crucial distinction. See, there's the situation itself. Let's say you're standing in a super long line at the store. That's just a fact. But then there's the mental narrative about that situation, The voice in your head going, this is awful, I'm going to be late, why does this always happen to me? He teaches that our suffering, our anxiety, all that stress, it comes almost entirely from that second part. It's the voice in the head.
So the crucial point here is that the solution, according to Tolle, isn't about trying to fix the external world. It's about disidentifying from these internal constructs. The path to freedom, for him, is to become the silent witness to your own mind. It's about that profound realization that you are not your thoughts. You're the awareness behind them. You are the stillness of the present moment itself.
Okay, so now let's switch gears a bit. Let's talk about the path of positivity and see how this really contrasts with Tolle's whole approach. Because for so many people, the teachings of Abraham Hicks, which are all about deliberately directing your thoughts, seem to be in, direct opposition.
And this just illustrates the conflict so perfectly, doesn't it? On one hand, you have Tolle saying, accept what is, don't argue with reality. But then you have Abraham saying, hey, your emotions are your guidance system. If you feel bad, it's your job to find a thought that feels better. So, which one is it? I mean, do we surrender to the moment, or do we actively work to change our thoughts about it? It's confusing.
Okay, this is where I think so many of us get stuck. But what if they aren't opposing paths at all? What if, instead, they are actually two essential steps in a single, incredibly powerful process? What if it's all about sequence, not conflict?
Okay, think of it like this. Trying to force a positive thought when you're in a really deep state of negativity, it's like trying to tune an old radio that's just full of static. It's almost impossible, right? You can't hear the music. Well, Tolle's work, accepting the present moment, becoming the witness, that's what turns down the static. It creates this beautiful space of non-resistance. And then, from that clear, quiet space, Abraham's work, gently reaching for a better feeling thought, suddenly becomes natural. And more importantly, it becomes effective.
And what's so cool is that modern science actually backs this up. The practice of presence, mindfulness, has been shown to quiet the brain's default mode network, which is basically the part of your brain responsible for all that mind wandering, the worrying, the me thoughts. And then on the other side, intentionally choosing new thoughts literally rewires your brain through a process called neuroplasticity. So you see, one practice calms the storm and the other sets a new course. It's a perfect partnership.
Okay, that's the theory. But how does this work in the real world, right? How do we actually put this unified model into practice when we're feeling stuck or triggered or just caught in one of those awful negative spirals?
Oh, this is a huge one. I mean, we have all been there. You're feeling just awful, but you're telling yourself, I have to be positive. I've got to raise my vibration. And it just makes you feel even worse because it feels so fake. This is what's known as spiritual bypassing, and it's a major pitfall on this path.
Okay, so here is the integrated approach, a simple 3-step reframe. First, you just pause. You apply Tolle. Don't fight the feeling, don't judge it, just observe it. Be the space for it. Second, you hold it in that awareness. You just let your presence be bigger than the emotion. Don't try to fix it or push it away. And then, and this is key, only when you feel a natural release, a little softening, that's when you pivot. You gently, gently apply Hicks. You're not reaching for ecstatic joy here, no way. You're just reaching for a slightly better feeling thought. It's about shifting from resistance to relief. That's the whole game.
Look, if you remember just one thing from this entire explainer, please let it be this. You don't have to choose between these two incredible teachers. It's not a competition. You can use stillness as your foundation to find peace right here, right now. And then you can use joy as your compass to guide you where you want to go.
And hey, we go so much deeper into all of this on the main show. We have a full discussion and a really beautiful guided visualization that literally walks you through how to integrate these two powerful energies. I highly, highly recommend you check it out if you want to take this further.
And I want to leave you with this one final thought to chew on. In all our striving, all our work to create a better future, what if the most profound manifestation of all, the one thing that truly changes everything, is this simple, unconditional acceptance of this present moment exactly as it is? Just something to think about. Thanks so much for being here with me.